we have this artificial intelligence everywhere nowadays, and this is developing so fast that, of course, NFON had to take it into account and think how new tools can impact and improve business communications. And that's basically the subject for today. Those fast changes are unstoppable, let's say, because it's not just a new product, it's a completely new approach to handle communications and handle information. And how people said, artificial intelligence quite effectively can be applied in customer service, in customer contact to improve the customer experience. Although, of course, we know that we have chats everywhere, we can create documents, we create images, and do many more things, but always there is a debate about, which implementation of artificial intelligence brings actual benefits to the company, and number one always comes customer front. That this is really that can turn into proper benefits, not only the funny stuff. When it started a couple of years ago, and when NFON realized that this is the trend and they have to catch up and bring things on board. And NFON has bought a company called Botario. This is a German company. It was a startup that was handling artificial intelligence on customer front, meaning voice, chat, and email automated bots that can handle customer communication. This is much bigger topic, so it's not for today. I just wanted to tell you when the whole thing started, and this platform is now used by NFON to bring artificial intelligence features into classical portfolio, into telephony portfolio, into Cloudya. So they have artificial intelligence in-house. They don't need to buy anybody from outside, which I will also refer later. This is important for data sovereignty and for AI security as well. If you are interested more in bots, in this type of automation for the business, you can start, of course, with NFON web page, and here under products you have Botario. Even if it was a separate company name, now it's considered to be a product in the NFON portfolio. So when you see the web page and the diagram showing that you can design conversations and use artificial intelligence to understand the customers calling and writing emails, and this bot can reply and transfer conversations. This is basically the whole idea about. But what you can also see on this page is the small icon in the bottom, and that's a lady or a bot or a man, I don't know. It's called Nia. This is NFON Artificial Intelligence Assistant, and this now shows in many places, like it shows on the web page, where you can start asking things. So if you want to know about new things, then you can always open the web page and start asking for or whatever. Describe Botario, for example, and the bot is answering the questions, and this is showing that it's not a bot coming from a web, from any chats that are publicly available. This is internal tool that is able to answer such questions. And it's also, this is a trend that this tool is accessible by customers, by end users, and by administrators of the systems. Botario is the big thing, and we, of course, as users, we start with small things. So the first feature that is offered and is available to customers is artificial intelligence used for voicemail transcription. So before, you could record your voicemail and listen to it. Later, you could receive a recording over email, and now you can also receive not only the recording, but you can receive a transcription of such an email and simply read it or analyze it or summarize it. So it can become a small tool to record customer requests, for example, after hours or at whichever time your people are not picking up the phone. Interestingly, it can be used also in other applications, like I'm using it, for example, like voice recorder, right? So if I'm somewhere on the road or walking and I want to record my thoughts, I just dial the number and start speaking, and then I get the notes of my ideas over email. And this is actually available for you already today. And I can perhaps do a small demo. So I dialed my call recorder. I will use my desk phone so it can be heard and a little bit easier. So I heard the noise, and after the noise, as typical voicemail, I can record the message. Good morning. We are during expert webinar about artificial intelligence in voice solutions from NFON. Thank you. So I have left a message, and first thing, I should probably wait a moment for an email, and such an email has already arrived. I got an email already with attachment of the voice recording, but I got also a transcription. As simple as that, right? And this machine is recognizing languages, right? So of course, the language here is my preferred language set in the system, but transcription of the conversation is basically there was an automated detection of the language, so I could use Polish and I would get Polish transcription. And this is done internally inside NFON. This is not any OpenAI or anybody outside of Europe.
Sorry.
Yes.
Can you show where is this solution in Cloudya?
Yes, I'm coming to Cloudya. That was this is a very good point, and you asked the absolutely right question. So this is Cloudya. This is Cloudya. Let's say my first phone, and simply I click the call history, but of course, you need to configure it. You need to turn it on, right? It's not coming automatic. You have to know or agree with your company that you want to use it, right? Because there is certain data protection stuff and so on. But you need to do it consciously that you want to use such a function. So if you look at the history, you have calls, typical registry of all calls of your extension from last 30 days. And you have also voicemails. So not only looking at the email, but you can also just open up the history, and you have this call from myself to myself at 10 o'clock, basically 17 seconds, and I get a transcription of that message, that same which I got over email. I can download again the recording, and I can also listen to the recording if I don't believe the transcription. So in terms of customer communications, you imagine you have after hours, this is pretty obvious, but also you can imagine, okay, it's lunchtime, all your agents went for lunch, and suddenly customer is calling. So instead of holding on for an hour online, customer can leave the message. You're coming back, and you have the recording transcribed with details, with phone numbers and so on. So you don't have to create notes. Simple stuff and working quite effectively. And as I said, you can also create a kind of recorder for yourself, that you can record your ideas and get them transcribed into text, which is quite, I think, more convenient than opening up even a smartphone application for making notes or something. Here you just call. You can use mobile phone to dial the number and start speaking, and you get the message. A little bit more advanced, and it is a commercial feature, so requires a license. It's called AI Essentials package. This is more of everything, right? That is available to Cloudya users. The most important is call transcriptions. So it's not only voicemail now, but also the regular call. So if I'm calling somebody or somebody's calling me, I can enable transcription and get this similar text as for the voicemail I can get for the regular call. Moreover, this transcription can be summarized. So I get the main points. If it was a long call, it can be quite important. And out of this summary, I can get also the action points. So out of the summary, I can get the action points that were mentioned in the conversation. And I mentioned before the NIA, the chatbot. Here in the same package, you get also the assistant to the end user and assistant to the system administrator. So NIA is showing here as a typical AI icon, and I can start the conversation. But NIA is available here, and here the window should have opened to start a conversation and asking about features or how to turn something on, or where can I find the documentation and things like that. Call summary, how does it work? So NIA looks like that and conversation here. But now let's get back to the call summaries. And for that, how should I do? I can dial basically my number from a mobile phone. So I will receive a call. Okay, typical stuff. Customer is calling. I'm picking up the call, and I'm in conversation, and I realize that this might be a very important call. So I want to transcribe it. I want to have notes from this call. Now here I have an additional button which I can play and confirm.
Transcription started. The transcriptions language will be auto-detected.
You probably could have heard that the message was that transcription started, language will be auto-detected, and so on. This message is important because we need to inform the customer that we are doing something during the call. We cannot do it in the background silently as a secret, right? We should be open and informed. So such an information is given to the other side that the transcription will be happening. And such transcription is ongoing. I have the sign here that you can think it's recorded. The call is actually not recorded. You will not get the recording because that would require another level of permissions. The call is only transcribed. So again, for the sake of transcription, yes, we are in the transcription mode. The call is analyzed, call is transcribed, and call will be summarized. Maybe for now, for the demo purpose, it's enough. Let's see what happens. Call was ended, and I have already a summary, right? And I don't even have to enter the history. In fact, I have in the right panel on the screen, I have the call transcription, and I have also this last voicemail summary. But if I click the details of the call transcription that has already happened, it's still in progress. Now, transcription we have, summary is in progress, but transcription we have. So language was detected, and the whole conversation is retyped. So I have all the details that were mentioned in the transcription. I don't see even any errors. I think it went very well. It's exact wording of what has been said. I can of course copy this and use it somewhere else, or analyze, or send an email. I wonder why this summary somehow refused to be quick. I don't know. But maybe we will revert to this summary issue at the end of our show. For now, some systems are heavily working in the background to get the call summary. So yeah, this is what I could show before, that you just press the button during the call and transcription starts. Interestingly, transcription can be started from other devices as well. So it's not only for the Cloudya on the computer. You can start transcription on the smartphone Cloudya as well. You just select options and similar icon to start transcription. Here I have Polish screenshots, but press this icon, transcription starts. When the call is over, transcription is available in the smartphone call history. And when I click the history, I get the same summary, action points, and the whole transcription. So you can use smartphone app exactly in the same way. You have even the NIA, the AI chatbot here available on the smartphone as well. And what is even more interesting, transcription can start on a hard phone. So if you are not using Cloudya and not using smartphones, you can have a desk phone, even the old one, and you can press *4 and start transcription. Such transcription to be opened later requires PC and requires Cloudya. Anyway, but you will get an email with a link, and if you click the link, you open Cloudya and you get to this transcription. But the whole thing can be started from the desk phone. So let's move to the final bit. I wanted to share with you also the kind of more system feature that is coming with AI capabilities. And it's in NFON language, it's called the Frontdesk solution, which is in fact AI-powered company assistant. So instead of putting someone on the desk, you can have an automated bot programmed into NFON Cloudya that will handle basic questions about the company and will recognize wishes from the customers calling, and this bot can connect to whoever in the company. So instead of pressing 1 for support, 2 for accounting, you can say, I want to talk about my invoices, right? And the bot will understand that connection should happen to the financial department. And that is already also possible and already available inside NFON PBX. We can do the test by dialing this number and speaking in English. So let me do that briefly. I have set up a small voice assistant for my companies, and so we can basically ask questions about the company, about the offering, and this is part of a normal NFON PBX.
This is Biznes Innovation Cyber Assistant. We integrate digital business communication solutions powered by cloud and artificial intelligence. Please ask about our services or say who you would like to speak with.
Yeah, tell me opening hours of your business.
Our working hours are business days from 9 to 5 p.m. How can I assist you further?
Yeah, tell me a little bit more about voice, VoIP offer.
Could you clarify what you'd like to know more about?
Tell me about
our services, solutions, or something specific.
Yeah, the solutions regarding voice telephony.
We offer NFON Cloudya VoIP business telephony, replacing traditional office phones with a cloud-based app for computers or smartphones. This allows employees to answer calls from anywhere, home, office, or on the go, while maintaining one unified system for all branches, even internationally. Would you like details on integration or pricing?
Yeah, connect me to the sales department.
One moment, please. I'm connecting you to Jailam Handloem.
Yeah, as you can hear, the phone is ringing. So the bot has connected to dział handlowy, which is sales department in Polish. So we don't need to answer that call. So basically, in a very simple manner, you have a machine, and it does not really require big, complicated implementation. You can have such an assistant put, or many of those assistants put, even for every department or every function, and they can talk, connect, and answer questions. And I wanted to share with you some, because we have already some implementations of that solution, and in the customer discussions, certain use cases came up, quite interesting use cases, not only typical reception, which is on the chat. First you can have an automated reception, answering about address of the company, where is the entrance, what are the working hours, and what is the portfolio, and connecting to the relevant departments, which is a good thing, because out of office hours, customers can also call and ask and do things, and even, like mentioned before, record a message and get this message sent to the sales department the next day. So that was the purpose of this bot. But in the discussions, of course, there came some other use cases, like imagine the school, and especially during the recruitment days. And the bot was able to understand the school offer, and he can provide all details about the rules of admission, about the school, about the classes and everything, right? So instead of having problems, because when this May, June, right, normally schools are overloaded with calls and requests. Suddenly, the basic questions can be handled by the bot. So it's not a typical reception; it's an information point. Similar information can be applied, like in e-commerce. So basic questions about warranty, returns, product specifications can be handled by the bot quite effectively in quite an easy way, even if you don't need to connect to your sales agents. Even more intriguing use case we have discovered for the industries. You have an industry, and in a difficult environment, you often install such a yellow alarm boxes that have only one button. So you can't even dial the number from this box, because you can only press and talk. And normally, for this to work, you have to have a security team somewhere that is always picking up such connections and answering and discussing whatever happened, right? Now, with this automated bot, we have tested actually live and implemented that. You can have a yellow box that has a bot on the other side that is working 24/7, not losing any calls. And first of all, can answer the questions, like, for example, this is at the entrance to the factory, and people are driving in and they don't know the way, and so on. So the bot can answer the routing questions, for example. But if there is an emergency, the bot understands there is an emergency and connects to it can connect to 112, or they can connect to the security team. In a simple PBX. And another example is more advanced routing of the calls in the support department, because today we are used to the way of working where people are calling, and then they are selecting technical department, this department or that department, 1, 2, 3, not many more options. And only then people are picking up the call and trying to understand what is the problem and who is the best person to answer this question. With such an intelligent bot, you can have profiles of all your engineers inside. So it can be 50 people with different profiles. And bot will speak to the customer and will understand who is the best person to answer the request and route immediately. So this is quite interesting. So it's not a typical replacement of the IVR, but it's more advanced routing based on actual skills and abilities of particular experts. Okay, and the final bit is actually, what is it complicated and how and what? And actually, it's not complicated. First of all, such bots are programmed by prompts. So you basically describe competences of your team, you describe your company, you give basically the text data, and this data, the easiest way to get this data, to prepare this data, is to basically to ask AI to scan your web page and make a summary for such a bot. So actually, most of the implementations I've done of such bot were basically, I used one AI engine to scan the web page, to make a summary, prepare a concise instructions, and just copy paste into the bot structure inside NFON PBX. And it's done. So no drawings, no complicated schemes or even writing texts. In the previous days, if you had a bot or a voice bot or chat bot, you would have to prepare a set of questions and write answers for each question and so on. It was very time consuming and very complicated. Now it's enough to say, hey bot, read my web page and learn about my company, about my portfolio, and about my warranty procedures, and that's it. So this is live screen of NFON PBX in the new version. So you might not recognize it because it's the current version in the modern look, which we should all be using from basically now, and the Frontdesk Cyber Assistant is another PBX item. It has name and simply programming is a text. It's a text about like a company or about department, who we are, our products, our company data, what are the departments that will be connected to, with phone numbers, and some specific instructions for the bot. And to equip the bot with more knowledge, you can just upload up to 10,000 characters text. It can be digested or extracted automatically from the company web page, and equip the bot with this information, and bot will be conversing, talking to customers about the portfolio, about conditions and other things. And this is isolated, so the bot has no connection with internet actually. So the risk of any hallucinations is basically zero. The bot can only work with the text we have given. So it's properly grounded, how we call it in the AI language. The bot is grounded, meaning we don't see hallucination problems. And of course, the bot can route, then based on the requests, can route the calls to the relevant departments, and you can have also more than one bot. I have bot, the English bot, the normal one, and then the special version for receiving calls after working hours. So with that, we are coming to the close. yeah, with transcriptions, it's much easier not to keep the contact with the customers and not lose any details. But you don't need to make notes of phone numbers or other important data. You can get it transcribed and focus on the actual conversation. And with NFON is good. Basically, whichever telephone device you are using, it can be a gigaset DECT, for example, as well. You can have transcriptions. You can with those features combine the bot and the transcription. You can create a 24/7 service desk without going for any complex call center solutions. And what I wanted to emphasize at the end is that this is handled by NFON, internally by NFON, using the European data centers, basically in Germany. Open source models, so AI models are open source, hosted in Germany, hosted by NFON. So all the security provisions are handled according to the European standards, to the GDPR and AI Act, and you don't need to go for any third parties. It's covered by the current agreements with NFON. Whatever questions, come to me. Thank you very much for your time today, and sorry for technicalities.